Once you've choreographed and practiced your fight scene and you think you're ready, it's time to shoot it. This video is part 3 of 4 in a series on how to make fight scenes. From my experience, I'll be giving you the basic tools you need so you can go out and shoot a fucking sick fight scene. I've broken down the process into 4 stages: prep, practice, performance and post. If you haven't watched the first video, I'll put a link on in the description or on screen now, so go ahead and watch that first, then come back and watch this video. In this video performance, I'll mainly be giving camera tips on how to shoot your fight scenes. This is only a guide and you don't have to 100% stick to the rules. Rules are made to be broken, but this is just my opinion on how to get a certain aesthetic, like the Hong Kong style of action, which I think is the most sought after sort of aesthetic when it comes to martial arts and cinema. That being said, here are 4 tips for shooting your fight scenes. Tip number 1 is to perform the fight scene until you're 100% sure you have what you need. It'll save you a lot of headaches later. Great action directors like Jackie are perfectionists and will do as many takes as necessary. Only move on when you're 100% satisfied you have enough to complete the fight scene to a high quality.
Okay, one more time, until you finish.
Tip number 2 is to stay in character. Remind actors they should always think about how their character would fight. How you perform the techniques has to link to the characters the actors are portraying. And it goes back to how the fighting movements are an extension of their character. The way they perform it has to be done right.
Like this, right? If you come, wow, look at that technique. Or you can make it a bit Bruce Lee, like, oh, like that, and then become Bruce Lee. But if you want to be a little bit subtle about, like, all chin up and square and all Chinese scholar, then you can do it that way. Tip number 3 is to shoot for the edit. Don't just get all sorts of coverage and try to figure it out later. Although it can be hard to shoot for the edit correctly, at least try to have an idea of your cut points. And if it goes wrong, learn from your mistakes so you won't make the same mistake next time. Tip number 4 is having clarity in each shot. For directors like Jackie, this means wider, prolonged shots. We covered this fight scene from a few different angles, however we were only able to get the essentials as we were really pressed for time. However, if you get the time, experiment and try something new. You never know, it might work. Obviously it depends on the scene and what the context is, but I would generally say, like any other scene, stick to wides and mids, then only move in for the close-ups at key moments, for example, knockout blows or severe wounds. If you establish wides and mids as the norm, if you decide to go for something different like a close-up for the knockout blow, it'll be emphasised that much more and have that much more impact on the audience. People have given me excuses before, oh you can't shoot with only wides, it will look shit. The actors aren't professional martial artists. We can't shoot like Jackie Chan if we don't have Jackie Chan. As long as they have a fight choreographed with the actors in mind that they have practiced and are able to perform well, you should have the creative freedom to shoot how you please, not just shoot to make it look passable. Essentially, the fight should look good from all angles. Also, most of the time if you're not going for hits to the face, you should be fine. A lot of times in martial arts films when they shoot wides, they either block all the shots or dodge, so you're all good there. Hits to the body usually look okay from every angle, but shots to the face needs the right angle to look convincing. Although you can achieve convincing punches to the face in a wide shot.
Back my time!
I used to think in every single shot an actor needed to get punched in the face, but this doesn't necessarily have to be true. I'm a very big fan of the Hong Kong way of shooting fight scenes. Hong Kong arguably has some of the best fight scenes in cinema in my opinion, and many directors shoot this way, so if you want Hong Kong style fight sequences, shoot like they do. Position the camera so you can see the action, and I get people position the camera so the actors obscure the action so they can sell a hit, but you don't need a super tight over the shoulder shot all the time to sell blocks or body shots, come on. I want to see the action, not have the action implied to me. Personally, I wouldn't shake the camera around. I mean, you can always do that in post, and if you do the effect in camera, you're baking that into the footage itself. So if it was a perfect take, but you got the camera shake slightly off, the take is ruined. And those are all my tips. Please like and share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel for more short films and filmmaking tips. A new video comes out every other Friday, 3 PM GMT. Also enable all notifications just in case I do decide to drop a cheeky video on the Friday in between. Follow me on the Instagram at JimSlow for updates and other cool shit. And I will see you King Gate Eggs later. Cheers.